So everyone talks about Taurus as if they're this one-dimensional, stubborn, loyal, obsessed with food and comfort. But Taurus is actually one of the most misunderstood signs because their contradictions are not loud, they're hidden beneath consistency. Their duality comes from being ruled by Venus while also being a fixed earth sign. And Venus wants connection and beauty and intimacy and pleasure. And fixed earth wants permanence and security and control over what enters into their world. And the result is someone who craves love deeply, but refuses to chase it. And they want closeness, but they need to feel safe before they ever let you see how much they truly care. Taurus often appears emotionally simple because they don't react to everything. In reality, they're constantly observing and they notice changes in your tone, your energy, your effort, and your consistency. While other signs might argue the moment something feels off to them, a Taurus stores every experience like bricks in a wall. Every promise kept strengthens their trust, and every disappointment adds another crack. And by the time they finally walk away, everyone else thinks it happened suddenly, and it didn't. The decision was made months ago. One of Taurus's biggest contradictions is that they hate change, yet they're capable of completely reinventing their lives once they've accepted it's necessary. They'll stay in an unhappy relationship or a bad job or routine way longer than most people because they believe almost anything can be repaired through patience. But once they realize they're investing in something that will never become stable, they don't usually look back. So people mistake this for coldness, but it's actually self-preservation, and they gave countless chances before anybody really noticed. You see, Taurus also has an interesting relationship with control. They don't usually need to control other people. They need to control their own environment. So their finances, their routines, their home, their schedule, their relationships. And these are the things that make them feel grounded especially when life becomes unpredictable. So Taurus can become anxious, not because they're weak, but because stability is how they regulate themselves. The calmer everything is around them, the more generous and affectionate and patient they become. Another hidden duality is how strong they are emotionally. People assume Tauruses avoid difficult emotions because they don't openly express them. But the truth is that they often carry emotional weight longer than anybody realizes. They're just incredibly resilient, but that resilience sometimes turns into emotional hoarding. And instead of processing pain immediately, they compartmentalize it and keep functioning. And eventually all those unspoken feelings become exhaustion. And that's when people suddenly say, "Oh, you've changed." No, they've just simply reached their limit. And Taurus is also both deeply practical and surprisingly romantic. And they may not always express love through dramatic words, but they'll remember your favorite coffee and make sure you get home safely and fix things without being asked and quietly build a life that makes you feel secure. To Taurus, love isn't proven by grand gestures. It's proven by consistency. And they trust actions more than promises because actions create stability. Perhaps the greatest Taurus contradiction is this: they're incredibly patient until they're completely finished. And most people think patience means endless tolerance. But for Taurus, patience has an expiration date. They can withstand years of inconsistency or disrespect or uncertainty while hoping things improve. But once that internal switch flips, it almost never flips back. The same person who once fought to keep you in their life becomes impossible to reach. That's why Taurus endings often feel shocking to everyone except the Taurus. And at their highest expression, Taurus teaches that real strength isn't loud. It's the quiet discipline to keep showing up, the wisdom to build instead of rush, and the confidence to know that anything worth having takes time. But at their lowest expression, that same steadiness can become stubbornness, or comfort can become complacency, and loyalty can become self-sacrifice, and patience can become staying far too long. The true duality of Taurus is that they're both the safest place you'll ever find and the hardest person to get back once you've lost them. They can be incredibly gentle and deeply forgiving, endlessly dependable and fiercely protective. But the moment they believe their peace is worth more than holding on, they become as immovable as the earth itself.